Am I gonna have to gobble squat this guy up? I guess I'll just do it here.
Yeah, I say just do it here.
Give me a minute. Is the plant company gone? They are.
East, yeah, but the tillery is still there. That's where I got the pot and the new plant from. Yeah, I don't understand like when their lease is up.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Or I wonder
maybe they don't.
That's what I'm wondering, if it doesn't count because it is like cut off like weirdly in there of like where their plants start. So maybe it was just that little bit of like square footage.
I would say we're in the heart of where we spend most of our time.
Yeah, this is
between Squatch and Coliseum, which are right here. We have friends that live right on the corner over here. We got
Native.
We got Native,
Which I think you need to tell that story.
Pershing and the Focus Room are like just a few blocks away.
Yeah.
So we spend a lot of time in this little corridor.
Yeah. And the Hive is the best sauna here in Austin.
And I don't just say that because I am a trainer here at Squatch. That is my favorite sauna.
It is the best sauna.
It's hot. It's over 200 degrees. I think it's like 220. And it's got a window to the outside. So you name me a better sauna.
And then radio room's over here too, where we film.
So radio room's right over here.
Yeah.
We do our podcast there when we have guests. So we got like a real quick workout that we're gonna do. We're gonna do a few of the exercises that we normally do, ones that we like a lot, ones that we feel like there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
Because like people don't necessarily always do them right. So we're not going to go too intense today. We're going to just kind of take it easy and have some fun.
I already ran this morning, so I'm like, this is just a fun exercise today. So Jared was just here this morning for the community workout.
The community workout was here. And luckily I didn't work out and I didn't really have to do all that much. I was really just here. I was just looking pretty. So we figured for the workout today, what we're going to do is a few just like key movements, things that we love to do. Exercises that have a tremendous amount of like overall benefit and ones that we think people may not do as well as they should, or maybe there's just a few like easy tips to get more out of the exercise than maybe the way that you're currently doing it. And the way we're doing it is with one pushing leg exercise, one glute and hamstring focused hinging leg exercise. We're gonna do dips as a pressing exercise for our upper body, and then we're gonna do rows as a pulling exercise for our upper body. Then we're gonna do a little bit of core and
some shoulder stuff.
And a little bit of shoulder stuff to work on our posture and our rotator cuffs and make sure that we're building strong, durable shoulders. And as we're gonna start with some pressing leg exercises, one of the best ones, maybe the best leg exercise, honestly, is gonna be the Bulgarian split squat, which is one that is painful. People hate it, and there's a reason why they hate it. It's because it's so damn good.
Yeah.
So there's a number of different ways that we can do them, or that you could do them. But no matter what, we're gonna start with 1 foot planted and 1 foot back here on the bench. The more further forward you are, the more glute we're gonna be working, the more we're pulled back toward the bench and we're on top of this leg, the more we're gonna work our quad. And in general, I would say if we're doing these, we probably wanna be a little bit more on top of our leg and be driving through. We're still gonna be working the glute, but we're gonna be in the most stable position if our weight is distributed evenly over our leg, as opposed to being out here where I'm leaning and lunging forward in order to, and that's gonna be a lot more glute. So I think like right in the middle here is where we wanna be. And if we wanted to start just to focus on power and strength, then the way we'd want to do that is to have 2 evenly weighted kettlebells or dumbbells or even a barbell on our back. And the idea here is that it's evenly distributed, which is actually going to make it easier to balance. Foot is planted firmly. I'm driving through the big toe side of my foot, and I'm coming down so that this knee is touching the ground. Grabbing these kettlebells and pressing through that front leg. So my back leg is really just acting as a kickstand. There's very little weight distributed on that back leg. It's all on the front leg. And my goal is to keep my chest up as much as possible as I'm driving through that front leg, but I'm dropping that bottom knee or that back knee to the ground. And then we would switch to go to the other leg. And again, to make balance as easy as possible and to focus on the power and the strength of the leg, this evenly balanced version is going to be ideal. All right.
How's it popping?
Now, if we want to do something that's going to help us a little bit more on the stability side and a little bit more on the balance side and be less about the strength and more about the mobility component, I'm actually going to have you do it on one side.
Oh, okay. Here.
So you would do it where we have the weight only in one hand. And now the balance is going to be a little bit more tricky.
Huh?
And we're using our core
And so much
a whole lot
stability
more.
in your leg.
So this is less about, I would say, hypertrophy and strength, because it's not moving as much weight, but we're working a more complex chain of muscles here. And keep in mind, you could also counterbalance it to the other side, which is just using different stability. And one of the keys is going to be, especially if you had a mirror here, you want to be as squared up as possible. So if we come right in front of her, what we should see is that her shoulders are squared up to us, or her hips are squared up to us, and her knees are squared up to us, as opposed to, let's look if you were like to shift your weight too far to this side.
I don't like that.
I know, you shouldn't. Or if you shift your weight too far to the other side, her knee is going to shoot to one side or the other as well.
And you are going to hurt yourself.
Yes.
For sure. Oh. That after running this morning?
I'll do that.
Oh, God. Which one?
I'll try to do it this way. Here, I'll do it the opposite of what you were
Okay,
just doing.
yeah.
Like, you can really mess around with these and just try different ways and see what feels the best. Chances are, if there's one that feels particularly weird, that's the one that you probably should be doing, because this is going to display any kind of imbalance that you have from one side to another. That's what this exercise is for. That's why these unilateral or single leg movements are so valuable. And again, it's not just valuable for your legs, it's valuable for building that stability and that balance and that symmetry in your core as well. This is actually too easy this way. That's too easy because I have all my stability on this side.
Yeah.
So this,
That is so much more
that's
difficult.
different. And again, if I wanted to bring myself out here a little bit further, I'm going to be a lot more glute focused. Whenever I'm hinging at my waist more, I'm using more glute. Whenever I'm driving through my leg more, I'm using more quad. And that goes for every exercise.
Yeah, he just did, this past Sunday, we did he led a workout here called Meathead at Squatch, or over at Coliseum, their other spot. And it was focused on glutes, quads, or both. And like, it was really cool because like people went there not realizing like when you're doing something up and down versus when you're hinging, like the different muscles that you're using.
Yeah,
And so really able to like appropriately engage the muscles that you're trying to work.
Let's look at you.
Oh, yeah.
So if her chest is up, what we're gonna do is just a regular squat. Chest is up as much as possible, and she's driving through her legs. Mm-hmm. Go, do it. And you're moving up and down like a piston. That's gonna be largely on your quads, versus if she does an RDL, which we're gonna do here in a second.
Yeah. Kind of like this.
Yeah, like a hip hinging motion where there's less leg drive and all the hinging is happening here. That's gonna be glute and it's gonna be hamstring. But then there's certain exercises like a deadlift where it's largely both. So she's driving through her legs and she's hinging at her waist as well. So that's an all-around, well-rounded exercise where her quad and her glute and her hamstring are both getting action. But not just that, this one's working her back, it's working her lower back.
Everything.
It's working almost everything.
Core.
All right, don't kill yourself. Let's do explosive ones.
I don't do deadlifts anymore.
No.
Oh, explosives?
Yeah, try explosive. You can't, I'll do them if you don't want to.
You do, yeah. Enjoy your explosives.
Okay, I'll do these.
I don't do the explosives.
And then if we really wanted to get fun, there's all other kinds of things that we could do with these Bulgarians to continue to make them more fun or more challenging or whatever we want to do. So we'll keep the weight out of it this time. And I'll do them more plyometric and explosive. So rather than do it for a slow, controlled contraction on the muscle, I'm gonna make it more of a plyometric movement. So let me make sure that I'm balanced here. I'm still getting used to these barefoot shoes. And that is gonna work that same balance. It's gonna still help you with that unilateral movement, making sure that we're understanding those balances, but now we're adding a whole new dynamic with the explosive jump, as well as now you're landing on that front foot.
Yeah.
And now you have to keep the balance through the impact with the ground as well. So don't necessarily start with air. Don't try that one at home. Work your way up to it. I would start with regular lunges, forward lunges. Then you can move into walking lunges, weighted or unweighted. Then you can go into regular Bulgarian split squats. And then you could take it to an explosive Bulgarian.
And then you can also do explosive lunges, lunge jumps.
Show her what that looks like.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I have to do something explosive?
Cool.
So, yeah, explosives.
So, yes, that is working your quad and your glute, but it really is more of a pressing exercise. Yeah. It's a great one. Do not neglect your Bulgarian split squats. One of the best exercises you can do, period. But now we're gonna move to a more glute and hamstring focused exercise, which is gonna be the Romanian deadlift. I'd say let's do them with the kettlebells.
For sure, I like it. I like
Yeah, they're great.
With the
They're great with kettlebells, yeah.
Yeah.
What people think about when they think of Romanian deadlifts, not to be confused with a regular deadlift. So a lot of times people, if they were gonna explain what Caitlin is doing here, a lot of times what they're thinking is, oh, well, she's dipping her shoulders and chest down and then raising her shoulder and chest back up. And like, that is what it appears like is happening here, but that's not really what she's thinking about or how she's focused on this exercise. Instead,
they're just here for the ride.
Yes, her upper body is along for the ride, and her glutes and her hamstrings and everything down here is what's actually doing all the work. It's what's holding that weight. So if her arms weren't arms, it was just a rope, her arms and her back aren't actually doing any work. What she's doing, hold on, let's start at the top, is she's starting from this position. This is at a dead hang. She's not controlling anything up here aside from just making sure that her shoulders are pulled back and stable. She's maintaining a tight core. And what she's doing from this position is taking her butt and pushing it back behind her. Those knees have a slight bend in them, but when she comes up, you're gonna notice she's not pressing through her leg. Instead, what she's doing, so she's gonna bring her glutes back, and then she is pressing them forward. And as a result, that hinge is creating, or what I should say is the hinge is allowing the weight to pull her body forward. But all the
engaging
tension
through my butt.
But all the tension is happening at this lever point right here. So
Okay, I got like a couple more.
one more. Back and then driving forward. I'll go next. What you'll see a lot of people do with this exercise, and it's one of the ones that, again, one of the main things people get wrong, is when they're doing this, they're bending their knees a lot. And what they're doing is a lot more like the deadlift that she was doing previously, which is a drive and a hip hinge. Instead, we only want to focus on that hip hinge part. And again, my butt is pushing back, 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 back. This weight is just lowering down because it has nowhere else to go. And then I'm catching myself at the bottom here, pressing forward, and that glute is doing
All the work.
all of that work.
And I always say, picture like you have a walnut in between your butt cheeks, and you're holding it because that's like going to help you keep like very focused on your glute. So as you're going down, you don't want that walnut to fall out. And then as you come up, you're squeezing it and cracking that walnut.
Another key that I like to tell people is at the top, it's easy to pull this back. You almost want to like, it feels right to almost like hyperextend and pull this weight back into your lap, sort of. But don't do that. Instead, from the bottom, pull directly up. Directly vertically, and then squeeze your glutes at the top. And this should be like your final ending position. My glutes are fully contracted right now. And then with that slight bend in my knee, I'm just pushing my butt back, 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 back. All the tension is on my glutes still, driving my hips forward. My upper body is just a passenger and all that. Cool. How else can you do those?
People do like the one-legged ones.
Yeah, try them on.
Yeah. This might be a lot for my one hand.
That's
I'll
fine.
just do it these.
The key to the RDL is feeling the stretch in your hamstring. And if you have trouble feeling that when you're doing it with two hands or with two legs, chances are you're bending at the knee too much, so we need to keep our leg straighter. But this is another way to get a better sense of how to do this exercise.
It's like all focus on like this one.
And that's because when you have the one knee bent, you have something to compare your front knee to. And you can see that that knee is not doing the work. That hamstring back here, where her hand is doing all the work right here.
I can feel it getting bigger.
I can see it getting bigger.
All the blood flow.
So much of this as well is that she's maintaining this solid back. What?
Oh no, I thought you were joking on something.
So one of the main things here is that she's maintaining strength through her core and through her upper back. If she was rounding too much with her upper back or like that, or letting this weight really like pull itself and not keeping this engaged, then she's not going to feel that stretch through here. So this has to maintain nice rigidity.
And that's also with like your head and your neck. A lot of people will look up, look around, just like keep your eyes just like centered on the ground.
And then a more explosive, really, version of the RDL would be the kettlebell swing.
Oh yeah.
And as a result, people typically make the same mistakes with the kettlebell swing as they do with the RDL. So what you'll see people do, so if most people are doing an RDL like this, which isn't exactly right, people are doing their kettlebell swings a lot of times like this too, with all that bending and squatting at the knee. And that's not exactly right. Instead, a kettlebell swing is also supposed to be a hip hinge in the same way that an RDL is, only now we're using our lap to throw the weight in front of us. So what we're actually doing, once again, our arms are just along for the ride, almost like they're just rope tied to the kettlebell. We're gonna take this thing in front of us, hike it behind us. I'm letting the weight act as a pendulum. It's falling behind my legs, and I'm catching my arms in my lap, and then I'm using my glute and my butt to drive my hips forward. And again, then the arms are just along for the ride. You could throw those hips forward more.
And that's the beauty of working out with your best friend, is you get to like coach each other and then see how you receive it.
So again, yeah, with the kettlebell swing, it should be that hip hinge motion. There's a 200-pound kettlebell.
Huh?
Hold on.
Are you gonna show us, not just tell us?
Am I gonna have to gobble swat this guy up? I guess I'll just do it here.
Yeah, I say just do it here.
Give me a minute.
What? Help you?
The key to any back exercise is going to be getting this good stretch through your back. Again, we're always keeping our core tight. We're always focusing on our breathing. But when it comes to back, the reason why most people don't feel it is because they don't allow their shoulder blades to release. So they're using all arm. The back here is what we're working when it comes to any row exercise or any back exercise, of course. And if all we're doing is focusing on our arms, then our arms are the only things getting worked. What Caitlin's doing here is she's allowing that weight to pull her down and allowing her back and her shoulder blade to release and stretch. And when she feels that stretch, she knows what the first part of her body is that she's gonna work, which is gonna be right here. So she's gonna pull with her back first and then lead with the elbow, drive the elbow back. So this is squeezing. And now she's actually getting the full range of motion and the full contraction through her back. So if you're not feeling a back pump and you're always feeling it in your biceps and in your forearms, that's why. It's because you're not getting enough of a stretch. That elbow drive is also really critical. If I'm driving low and pulling high, like this, I'm working my upper back, my elbow is coming up like toward my ear. That's gonna be more upper back and trap. If I'm driving my elbow back through my midsection here, that's gonna be working more of my middle back. So like this. And if we come over here and I'm pulling my hand high, driving my elbow down toward my hip, I'm gonna be working my lat. So that's what we're doing when we do a pull-up, for example. That's gonna be more of your full lat. So that's how we target the different parts of the back. Once again, upper back is when our elbow is driving high. Middle back is when our elbow is driving through the middle of our body. And then a lat here is when our elbow is driving down. Cool. Nice. Cool. Now, one of the best upper body exercises, maybe even better than bench press or any kind of chest press is gonna be a dip. This is gonna be great for overall strength, upper body size, upper body power. And because we can do it with our body weight, it makes it easy for anybody to do at any skill level. And there's different ways that you can ramp it up. So I'll have you get on the bench really quick. This is gonna be the easiest beginner way to do a dip is gonna be a bench dip. One of the keys to the bench dip, or a few keys to the bench dip, is to keep your butt and your back right along the edge of the bench here, and your hands should be right at your side. So we don't want them too far out, we don't want them behind us. They're right at our side. Even though her butt is against the bench, here, the further her feet are in front of her, the harder the exercise is gonna be. The closer that her feet are to her, the easier the exercise is gonna be because her legs are taken out of the equation. In fact, they're helping her. So that's why this is a great exercise for anybody, because you can adjust it however you need to for your own strength level, and you're only gonna get better the more you do them. And what you're gonna notice is she's dropping herself straight down, pushing herself straight up. She's coming down to this 90-degree angle, and then pressing herself straight up, squeezing at the top. And as the exercise becomes more difficult, she's able to move her feet back little by little, and it's gonna make the weight less throughout the course of the exercise. And one of the best things that anybody can do with any exercise at any time to get the most out of it is go to failure. And if that means slightly easing up the weight over time to make sure that you're getting more reps out of it, that's what you should be doing. But the key is to keep your form consistent and keep your form honest. The second that your form starts to break down, that is the point of failure. That means that you're done.
Gotta go.
The next level would be a true body weight dip on parallel bars or a dip bench or a dip bars. And this, we wanna keep to hit more tricep, our chest upright, and we want to be moving straight down to about parallel, maybe a little bit deeper than parallel, press up and squeeze. If I decided to lean forward more, I'm going to incorporate a lot more of my chest and my lower chest. So if I do decide to lean my weight like that, I'm gonna be getting more chest. But what we can actually do to make this even better, and what I recommend people do, you can modify these any number of ways. I could bring this bench close to me here, and I can hit dips this way. I could bring it a little bit further back, and I can hit a dip here, which is almost like a push-up. So I'm incorporating a lot of chest here, but I can do as much chest or pulling that toward me.
That's an impressive.
Pulling that toward me, as little chest as possible. Either way, it's an awesome way to build a tremendous amount of strength and power and size in your upper body, chest, shoulders, and triceps. One of the best exercises you could do. Add a weight around your waist if you want to too, with a chain or a kettlebell or a dumbbell.
And it's like the gym has like the assisted dip one. That's good too.
Yeah.
So, like to learn this, because like this is an exercise like I can't do body weight on this, so I do like the dip machine that like has with a little foot pad, so I can have some weight to help lift me up.
Either way, it's one of the ones that you should incorporate.